guys hear Loyola lost?
Yeah, we did.
So you're back in control of your own destiny now. How's that feel?
It feels great. It feels very good knowing that they lost. I don't know. I think they kind of got a little too happy when they beat us. So, I mean, they probably let a couple of slip by them, but I feel like that when they beat us, they felt like it was a big accomplishment. And once you win a good game like that, you got to put it behind you.
You feel like they had their chance, and now, I mean, it's yours for the taking.
As always, we're going to work hard and we're going to keep it first place.
I mean, you guys got, 5 guys in double figures tonight. I mean, how nice is that to get just a good collective effort from everybody? Either one of you.
I mean, it starts with passing the ball. We said get back to how we was in the beginning of the season. Everybody getting the ball, everybody getting the touches, and we ran the floor. We turned up the tempo, the way we run the floor, and everybody got involved.
I mean, crowd really seemed to be on you pretty early, but you seem to,
I love playing on the road.
Yeah.
I love it. From the Iona game, the Manhattan game, any crowd that want to talk to me, I'm going to feed off that, and I'm going to work. I'm working harder. And then every time they done it, I showed up, and it works for me. I love it.
Scott, I mean, it seems like you're making a point early to get to the hoop and really get aggressive on the offensive end, and then you picked your spots, getting the teammates involved. I mean, what was your mindset? What did you see early on?
I mean, usually I start off by trying to get my teammates involved, and a couple of shots wasn't falling in. So I was just taking my options and the times that I could score. So then when I got the chance to score, I just scored the ball, but mostly trying to look for my teammates first.
Scott, did you feel like they were kind of daring you to shoot and trying to take away your ability to get into the lane?
Yeah. It was looking like they was just trying to crowd me and then trying to gap me, and they was daring me to shoot the ball, yeah.
What was the mindset at halftime? I mean, obviously not what you want at that point. What did you guys say to each other? What were you thinking?
We knew we had to win this game. We didn't play our best half, and we just came together, and we knew how to come out firing, turn the tempo up, start running the floor, turn the intensity up on defense as well, and everything went well from there.
Anything else for the guys?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks a lot.
Really proud of our guys' effort in the second half. I thought Ryder came out and played a terrific first half, played with a lot of energy considering they're down a couple of players as well. Sometimes guys pick up the slack for players like that, and they did. I just think the second half, our guys just warmed down a little bit by getting the tempo going a little bit faster. And I think in the end of the first half, second half of the first half, it became a crawl and a walk, and we were just way too passive with the basketball, way too passive attacking. Then they came out with a little bit more oomph, so to say, in their game, and every time we got it, there was an attack going on, which is what I liked. And as we started making a few shots, too, the zone had to get a little wider and wider, and that opened up some lanes for Scott and Momo to get into, whether it be to get to the rim, drop it off, or hit little pull-ups. So I think that was a big factor, and I think our defense was very, very solid for the second half.
Did you know about, when did you know about their 2 starters? I mean, I wonder, did that do anything from a game plan?
2 minutes before the game.
Yeah. Did that do anything from how you planned at all?
You think that you tell the guys that and you're going to come out with more energy, and sometimes it works in reverse because when the guys look like, oh, those 2 aren't going to be here, it's going to be an easier game. So now you tell them to press and get on the ball, and we're at half court. I'm like, I hope this doesn't last for a full game, because if it does, we're going to get beat. Because the Riders' energy was great, trying to make up for the loss of a couple of players, and a couple of guys who had been out came back, so those guys were very fresh. Our energy just didn't meet what it needed to be early on. So again, that's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Sometimes it helps, sometimes it hurts.
You get 5 guys in double figures. I mean, you have to love
that
the all-around effort there.
Yeah, I do, and I think that's what we are when we're good. Is the ball gets spread out and we share it well, and all different guys make shots from different areas. Scott does such a good job of making sure different guys get opportunities as well. So that everyone who plays feels like they're getting an opportunity of taking a shot here and there.
I mean, you had somebody. I mean, you always talk about Mike is down low by himself all the time. You got a really good performance from Taj tonight. I mean,
second half.
How much did that help?
He's had about 6 or 7 games where he's played like that, and we tell him all the time, it starts with his energy to rebound and defend. When he gives us good energy to rebound and defend, he always scores. And when he's not rebounding, he's not scoring. So for him, it's just learning to come with that energy and be a little bit more mature and growing up through the season. He hasn't had to do that in the past. Here he does.
I mean, were you one of the guys to attack the zone a little bit more early, like when you were really, getting to the middle?
We were playing so far off the 3-point line that it was 5 against 2 and 3. So once you're out there, you can't even get the passes in when you're that far spread out.
Can you learn from something like the first half, or maybe you weren't happy with the energy?
See, I think a lot of it, credit to them, but on our end, our energy wasn't good. So when your energy's not good, your execution isn't going to be good. And, you know, that definitely worries me at this time of the year, that you're on the road and you're not coming with the energy you need. But my guys, to their credit, on the road, answered. Now, you know, first half, I think we could have, how am I going to say this without getting in trouble? There was only 2 fouls against them, and we were pretty aggressive to the rim. Okay? So sometimes you have to play through whatever's going on the court and not let that bother you. And I'm going to say the fact that we couldn't get ourselves to the foul line a little bit was bothering our guys a little in the first half. So they had to focus and not worrying about what was going to be, you know, other ways of scoring and not worry about getting to the foul line, but putting the ball in the basket instead.
Same thing, you know, less than a week ago, you know, the loss at Loyola, you don't really know how things are going to shake out, and now they lose tonight and you guys are back in control. I mean, how good is that to...
It's good to your next game. No, it's obviously that's why you work. It's a long season. You try to grind it out and you try to be as consistent as you can be. You know, within every league, teams are going to lose to other teams in the league. Guys, coaches do great jobs. Players are very close talent-wise to each other. And it's more of a guard-oriented league than it is anything else. So whichever team shoots better and has more energy is most often going to win. It doesn't matter, you know, 1 through 10. That's how it's going to go.
There have been some slow first halves, you know, recently. And in the second halves, there's really been some surges. I mean, is there anything to be done to, you know, replicate that?
Yeah, we were talking about a few things in the locker room that I can't really share right now. A few ideas that might get us going in the first half better again. And the one thing I did want to say is I'm really proud of our guys. As of today, we have the most away victories of any team in college basketball, and that was something that our guys were really striving for when we put the schedule together. They wanted to do well with it and not get hammered by it. So I'm very proud of them for that.
It's got to be good that you can just finish up at home now and just...
Yeah, that is nice. That is nice. And you know what? We have a very tough game in a bracket buster against a really, really, really good team. So we'll get to measure ourselves against somebody outside the league again, and you know, and against a lot of size, and see how we do there. But more importantly, we have Fairfield and St. Peter's following that, and you try to get yourself in a good position going into the playoffs.
Last question.
Thanks, guys. Thanks very
Coach.
much. Thank you.